News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Yet another murder trial has been scheduled for Missoula. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Tuesday, February 24th, 2015. Right now we have a clear sky. It's 18 degrees in Missoula. And our newscast this morning, sponsored by Dig It Excavating. They bring 30 years of excellence to every job. The number to call is 214-4292. The trial for accused murderer Kevin Leno has been set for May 9th in Missoula, according to the Missoula County Attorney's Office. Chief Deputy County Attorney Jason Marks says Leno has pleaded not guilty of the death of a transient identified as Gilbert Jack Berry.
The investigation was initiated when a body was found in the Clark Fork River at the end of the summer, and subsequent investigation led to him being charged with deliberate homicide in the case.
Court documents indicate Leno and Kenneth Hickman beat Berry under the Reserve Street Bridge and then cut gang symbols into his body with a knife. It's alleged that Leno then shot Berry in the head with a 9mm pistol and dumped his body in the Clark Fork River. Leno has been in the Missoula County Jail on $250,000 bond since being extradited to Missoula from Shreveport, Louisiana in October of last year. Two vehicles struck head-on Saturday on the Reserve Street Bridge, causing the death of a 24-year-old woman. Missoula County authorities have released the name. They say Kelita Marie Strope was in the car driven by her husband. Welsh said the drivers of the other vehicle did not suffer life-threatening injuries. According to Missoula police, a robbery was reported to have occurred at a department store on North Reserve about 6:30 Sunday evening. A representative of the store reported that a white male adult entered the store and immediately began concealing items in his clothing. Employees followed the suspect into the parking lot where he brandished a small knife in a threatening manner before getting into a tan or beige Ford Escape and leaving the area. Photos of the suspect and his vehicle are available on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. If you could help, call Crime Stoppers at 721-4444. A Polson woman, 36-year-old Ana Cristina Perez, appeared via video in Missoula Justice Court yesterday, charged with one felony and two misdemeanors after allegedly driving drunk, endangering a child, and crashing into two vehicles on Friday night. County Attorney Kirsten Pabst asked for $10,000 bail.
Your Honor, we would ask that you set bail in Ms. Perez's case in the amount of $10,000. We would ask that you order a chemical dependency evaluation and cooperate with all recommendations of that evaluation.
The public defender at the Missoula County Jail told the judge there were mitigating circumstances.
Judge, I think this factors into the argument in an important way. She's on leave as part of the Family Medical Leave Act. Her husband and her infant died last summer. Her infant died and then her husband went missing and is presumed to be dead.
Judge Anderson set bail at $5,000 and ordered Perez to have no contact with alcohol. She'll have another court appearance in March. A Colorado man who pleaded guilty to killing a Montana school teacher in an oil boom town will be sentenced this spring. District Judge Richard Simonton scheduled an April 17th sentencing hearing for 25-year-old Michael Keith Spell of Parachute, Colorado. Spell pleaded guilty to deliberate homicide for the January 2012 death of Sydney High School math teacher Sherry Arnold. Her body was found more than 2 months later in a shallow grave in North Dakota. Spell told Simonton in October that he and co-defendant Lester Van Waters Jr. had smoked crack cocaine before grabbing Arnold while she was jogging and that he wasn't sure who killed her. Spell's attorneys have said they'll seek sentence to a state health department, which could allow him to serve his time in a facility for the mentally disabled. Montana Congressman Ryan Zinke was on national television recently criticizing President Obama's invitation of Muslim Public Affairs Council founder Salam al-Mariyati, a man some accuse of being a terrorist sympathizer, to the violent extremism summit last week. Zinke compared the invitation of Mariyati to Obama's refusal to meet with Benjamin Netanyahu on the record with Greta Van Susteren.
Well, I think it's a slap in the face to Israel. I mean, the Speaker Boehner invites Prime Minister Netanyahu. This administration invites a terrorist sympathizer. I think the contrast is clear. Israel has been our partner in the war on terrorism. You know, I'm speechless because, once again, it's a slap in the face of Israel, and certainly this is why our allies don't trust us and our enemies no longer fear us.
Zinke also challenged the Obama administration's war tactics.
If the mission is degrade and destroy ISIS, and all your senior military leaders, those who have experience, General Abizaid, General Conway, who I fought with in Fallujah, are all saying the same thing: air operations alone will not be effective in completing your mission, then who's advising the president?
During the interview, Zinke also asserted that boots on the ground would be necessary to defeat ISIS. For the past 2 weeks, the Montana Highway Patrol has been using Facebook to try to catch criminals wanted on various warrants. The program's called Warrant Wednesdays. Highway Patrol spokesman Jason Hildenstab said it's been very effective.
We had a tip come into our Facebook page that one of the gentlemen we were looking for on Warrant Wednesday, they had a location where he could be, and we dispatched one of our troopers there, along with some assistance from the sheriff's office. It was in Billings where they were able to locate him.
Last Wednesday's case was solved in less than 24 hours. Andrew Heiser was picked up just a short while after a post on Facebook went viral.
We're talking pretty much one day on the Facebook page, and we were able to locate him with the assistance of the public. We were having a hard time finding him, and he was a gentleman that was potentially dangerous to the public, and we asked for the public's help, got it, and were successful in locating him.
Heiser was wanted for criminal endangerment after he reportedly got in a fight at a party and drove off intoxicated, nearly killing a pedestrian before his car crashed. A jury has acquitted the former president of Stone Child College on the Rocky Boys Indian Reservation and her husband of taking kickbacks from a construction company. The Havre Daily News reports the jury returned its verdict Friday after a 4-day trial in Great Falls. Both Melody Henry and her husband Frank were charged with conspiring to use federal money to overpay a construction company in exchange for kickbacks. Gas prices in Montana up again this past week, hitting an average of about $2 a gallon. That's according to GasBuddy.com petroleum analyst Patrick Dehaan.
It has slipped down a few tenths of a penny since midnight. It stands at about $1.99 6/10, far under last year when prices averaged $3.12.
Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming are the last remaining $2 a gallon states, and Dehaan explains why.
Well, generally, they lag the national average, as we've talked about, and still remaining relatively low. They also have access to cheap Canadian crude oil, and really, I would say some of the most reliable refineries in the country in the Rockies. That is not a whole lot of issues that arise.
Even with the increase, Montana's gas prices are still about 30 cents less than the national average. Our News Talk time is 6:10.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Partly cloudy skies today with our highs in the mid-40s. Look for a chance of showers this evening. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with our lows in the 20s. Rain and snow possible Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.